Hello, I'm Bryan Hutcheson, Sheriff of Rockingham County and the City of Harrisonburg, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of the Rocktown Crime Report on rocktownnow.com. We're doing this, if you could tell, we're doing this a day early than what we usually do. We usually do this every Friday. Today's Thursday. We bumped it up a day because if you haven't heard, we had big problems here at our facility. So I wanted to go ahead and address those. We're going to use this segment to kind of cover the problems that we've had and where we're at today. So if you haven't already heard, then I'll let you know or inform you now that we had to, as of today, we're having to close the jail, which is an unheard of thing. It's been open, this jail's been open for 30 years. We've been in this building for 30 years and it hasn't been empty. We're 24/7 and we usually have over 325 inmates here around the clock year round. So it hasn't been empty in a long time. I guess the building's getting older, and what that brings with it is some of the maintenance problems. And that's exactly what happened. So I just want to take a couple minutes and walk you through that, how we got here from where we were last week to the unfortunate events of the past couple days, really, that took a turn for the worse on us. Really, the way it went is a couple months ago, our maintenance folks, as well as our plumbing contractors that we use here at the jail, had informed us that we have some plumbing, and that's the water and sewer lines, some of the main lines, that was really having some problems. And so it was initially thought that repairs to those lines could be done and we would still be able to operate while those repairs were made. And then maybe going back a couple weeks, we realized, they advised us that maybe the damage and the extent of the problem was even greater. So it went from bad to worse, if you will. Some of the lines were worse than they thought they were, and that maybe in order to fix them we would have to close. But we thought initially, we were told and everybody believed, that would still be maybe a month or so away. So we began some planning, understanding that we may have had to close if things get even worse and the time frame didn't hold. And then unfortunately a couple of days ago, really yesterday in particular, but throughout this week so far, it went from worse to the absolutely worst case scenario. So the lines, essentially, without boring you with the details, the water sewer lines have to function properly, or else we have major problems. And it went to where it's pretty much lack of function would be one way of saying it. So the repairs they were such that the building has to be empty in order for those repairs to be completed. The damage was such that they were not functioning properly. And so then here we are. We realized, okay, fortunately we had at least a couple weeks to plan a little bit of how we would go about this for the repairs to be made. We were hoping to make it into June, but we made it to today. So anyway, we had to expedite that whole process and come up with really the emergency plan, which is being done now. Started yesterday when things really took a turn, and then we're doing it throughout the day to day. So essentially what that means is really through our three partners. For one, the DOC, Department of Corrections, has been outstanding from when we first called them several weeks ago thinking we may need them, to when we called them yesterday saying we need you and we need you immediately. The Department of Corrections has been awesome. They stepped up anything they could do to help, and they're doing it right now. So thank you to them. We have RSW in Front Royal. The jail in Front Royal is actually where we're going to be housing a large number of inmates. They have an open space that that's available for us to use. The caveat being there that we have to staff it. So basically, we'll be still running a jail. You may ask, well, your jail's closed, so you don't have anything to do. We'll still be running a jail, but we'll be doing it in Front Royal, an hour away. Well, our staff will go there to watch our inmates that they're gracious enough to let us house there, but we still have to basically run it as if it were here. So you can imagine the logistics of getting them there, and now we still have to supervise them while they're there throughout the entire time they're there. So that's a great challenge that we're working on. So thank you to RSW for so quickly being willing to provide us the space that we so desperately need at this time and get us through this emergency that we're dealing with. Also a big thank you and appreciation we owe to Middle River. We're members of the Middle River Jail, but yet they have already gone above and beyond to accommodate us, and immediately understood, even when we told them a couple weeks ago that we might have this problem coming, which intensified and became an emergency. They've been great throughout in their willingness to help us in any way possible, and they're going to be our point of intake. All new arrests during the time of these repairs that are being done, all new arrests are going to be taken to Middle River. So we're asking everybody, not just in the criminal justice system, but the families of inmates and all throughout that may have that. To be patient with them and understand they're doing a lot for us, a lot above and beyond. They're kind of really suffering along with us with this problem, and they've been great in doing so. They're tackling it head on. So we're very, very grateful for Middle River and helping us get through this. And then I also want to, with the contractors, they're going to be shifting into these emergency repairs immediately, really, if not by the end of the day today, first thing tomorrow. And we understand, and it is contractors, we understand they have other projects and they have other customers. Of course, we feel like we're their most important customer, but yet we understand they do have other things going on, but their willingness to say, look, this is a priority with this, given the situation and the nature of this facility, the importance of us being able to operate this facility. We can't do it if we don't have water, sewer, and hopefully they're going to be able to do it. And the estimated time frame that's been given right now is about a week. So hopefully it holds that and it doesn't get worse, but thank you to them for getting right in the middle of this thing. And again, it is a big problem and it's not functioning. We got to get that restored as soon as possible, and we're relying heavily on them to help us out and apologize for any inconvenience, and appreciate everybody's understanding with this. Again, it's an old building, and I guess repairs like this maybe are imminent. They're unavoidable, and we're right in the middle of this one because we can't function without these pipes. So last but not least, I want to thank our folks, the fine men and women of the Sheriff's Office, because again, as this thing has gotten worse, building-wise and pipe-wise, it's gotten worse for them. A lot of issues, and especially today, throughout the day-to-day, trying to deal with it has been an unbelievable challenge. I won't even begin to try to describe the different elements over the past couple weeks, past couple days that they've dealt with. But I mean, it's a big problem, and you can sit and whine about it and pout about it and cry about it, but that doesn't solve the problem, right? It takes, let's get it done, let's have that approach of tackling it head on, and our folks, the fine men and women of the Sheriff's Office, have done that. And so I'm very, very proud of them. I know they're going to continue to do what they have to do up there at RSW, do what we have to do here to get this place up and running. So couldn't be more proud of them in persevering through tough times, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So bear with us. That's our Rocktown crime report, unfortunately, for this week, but I wanted to keep you posted on the status. Hopefully no more than 7 days, maybe less if we're lucky, maybe a little bit more if we're not, but we got to do what we got to do to have water and sewer lines functioning for this building, and we're doing the best we can. So appreciate your patience and understanding. Hopefully when we do our segment next Friday, I'll have good news for you. We'll be talking about other things, answering some questions, and have a little bit more fun. But as far as today goes, it's just doing the best we can with an awful situation. So thanks for tuning in, and stay back in touch with us. We'll keep you posted as we go. That's where we're at today. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.